Hello everyone, I am Dr. Wasim Sheikh. In today's video, we will see how to measure using a micrometer, how to calculate the least count of the micrometer, and how to check the zero error of the micrometer. So let us start. So this is a micrometer. So first we look at the parts of the micrometer, and this is a Mitutoyo micrometer, and the range of the micrometer is given that it can read between 0 to 25 millimeter. The least count is also given, that is 0.01 millimeter, but we'll also calculate the least count, so that if the least count is not given, then you should know what is the least count of the instrument. And this part is known as the anvil, this is the spindle, this is the frame, this is the lock nut which is used for locking, this part is called as the thimble, this is the ratchet. And when you take a closer look, you will see that there are some readings, and this part where the reading is there on the horizontal scale, this is the main scale reading, and there are some reading on this circumference of this thimble which is called as the circular scale reading. So first of all, let us see and whether there is a zero error. So as we know that the zero line of the main scale and the circular scale should coincide, only then the instrument does not have a zero error. So generally, if you clean these faces before taking the reading, you will, most of the time the faces will align each other. So now let us see whether it is coinciding to the zero or not, or else we'll have to calibrate that. But for the sake of this video, we'll see that it is aligning properly, and it is aligning properly, so it is having the zero, and the zero error is not there. So now let us see first of all how to calculate the least count. So here the formula for least count is the same as we did in the vernier caliper, that what is the minimum that it can read on the main scale. So here the minimum which it can read on the main scale, if you see, this is the minimum it can read on the main scale, and the top line, if you see, this is 1 mm, this is 2 mm, 3 mm, 4 mm, and this is 5 mm. So this is 0 to 25 millimeter range micrometer. So the top part is showing mm, and the bottom here, the bottom part is 0.5 mm. So this is 0.5, this is 1, this is 1.5, this is again 2 mm, okay, and this is 2.5, this is 3, this is 3.5, this is 4, this is 4.5, and this is 5. So the least it can read, or the least which can be measured on the main scale, is 0.5 mm, okay. So this is the least which it can read. So 0.5 mm, that is the least reading on the main scale, and the number of division on the vernier scale, you can see that it has 50 divisions. This is 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. So the least count is 0.5 divided by 50, and that comes out to be 0.01. So that is the least count. And in any instrument or in any micrometer or vernier, you can calculate the least count by this formula, that minimum what it can read on the main scale divided by the number of divisions on the circular scale or the vernier scale. So here it is circular scale because it is a micrometer. Now let us see how we can take the reading. So I have a component here, and I will try to measure the component now. So I want to measure the diameter of the component. So this is how we hold the mic, so the micrometer, and then I will try to move it. Okay, so now I'll just take it back, and when the ratchet clicks, you just need to stop there. Okay, and then what I will do is I will lock it I'll lock it. So I'll just have to move this and I'll lock it. That means the reading is now locked. So now let us see what is the reading. So from the top we will start. It is 1, 2, 3, 4. Then after 4 we also see the line which is 4.5 mm, but the line of 5 mm is not visible. So if it would have been exactly on 0, that means it would have been exactly 5 mm, but it is just less than 5 mm. So now let us see how we can write the reading of this micrometer, and which line is coinciding we should see. So this line is the line of the main scale. We have to see what line on the circular scale is coinciding, and if the exact line is not coinciding, what should we do? So first of all, let us write. So the least count is 0.01 mm, and the main scale reading is, as you saw, it is 4.5. so that is how we are reading it on the main scale. So it is 4.5, because 5, the line of 5 mm is not completely visible, it is only partly visible. Okay, so it is not 5 mm, it is less than 5 mm, so it is in between 4.5 to 5 mm. So the reading on the main scale is 4.5 mm. So now let us write 4.5 mm, that is the main scale reading. Then on the circular scale we'll see this is 45, 46, 47, 48, and this is 49. So it is in between 48 and 49. Okay, but it is slightly towards 49. Okay, it is slightly towards 49. So what we have to do is we'll take it as 49. Okay, so the circular scale reading is 49, and we need to multiply that with the least count, that is 0.01. Okay, and this reading will be in mm. Your answer comes out to be 4.99 millimeter. Okay, so that is how you are calculating the readings. Okay, so 4.5 on the main scale, then on the circular scale the 49th division is coinciding with the main scale reading, and you multiply that with the least count. Okay, that is 0.49, and then you add 0.49 into 4.5 and your answer comes out to be 4.99 mm. So now I have a inside micrometer. So this micrometer was outside micrometer. Now this is an inside micrometer. So inside micrometer is used for measuring the internal diameters. Okay, and again here the range is given. So this will measure from 5 to 30 millimeter, and these are the jaws or the pins which we have, and then it is used for measuring the inside. So imagine this is our component which we need to measure the inside diameter. So we are just keeping the component here, and then we are rotating the ratchet, and the moment you hear that sound of the ratchet, that means we stop, and then we see the reading. So I hope you understood how to read the micrometer inside as well as the external micrometer, and how to hold the micrometer. Thanks for watching. All the best.